and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Miss Introspective, and I'm here with another compilation video of advice for my ladies in their 20s, 30s, or anyone that just wants some advice. You guys love the last one, and I'm more than happy to give you another one. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.
What's up, y'all? So this is my advice to the girlies who are 18 through early to mid 20s. Rule number 1, never let a man live with you. I'm not knocking y'all living together, and I'm not knocking you living with him, but never let a man live with you. Now, of course, there's ins and outs to what I mean, but I mean don't let a man live with you for free. No man that should be the father of your children or your future husband will be sitting on his ass while you go to work and pay the motherfucking bills. If you find you a nigga like that, bitch, I need you to run fast. Rule number 2, and yes, I'm going to sound like your mom, but baby, either go to school or get your ass a fucking job. Or both. Now, I understand 18 through early 20s, we young and turn, we outside, we fuck nigga free and whatnot, but bitch, these are the years that matter most. These are the years that are going to set you up for your 30s. The 30s set you up for when you are a parent, when you are a real adult, you got real girl bills, you know what I'm saying? Life is getting motherfucking real, bitch. Don't waste these years thinking you got time, because bitch, we don't. And these are the years we have the most energy. If you go to school and you don't like it, okay, cool, find you a job. You don't like that job, okay, cool, quit and get you another one. Like, we have time to maneuver. You don't want to be in your 30s broken, uneducated, so do it the fuck now. Thank you. Rule number 3, don't rush moving out of your parents' house if they're not forcing you to, and don't think you're too good to call your parents. See, what they don't tell you is that when you start paying rent, it's about 100 other bills that come along with that. Rent is just a starter kit. If you have parents that allow you to stay in their home after you're an adult and save money, please do so. Don't put them on the back burner thinking that you're too good, you're too young in turn, because when you start outgrowing them friends, you will never outgrow your parents. Rule number 4, and this is one of my faves, please, 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 please do not hold on to people due to history. I don't give a fuck if you know somebody for motherfucking 10 years, bitch, 20 years. If they're not a loyal person, cut them the fuck off. You will soon understand that it's quality over quantity, and that with elevation comes separation, so please cut them motherfuckers off and see how your life starts to turn up for the better. Rule number 5, self-love is the best love. Putting friends or niggas first will be the reason for your crash out. You have to make sure that your cup is full in order to fill everybody else's cup. Make sure you look good so you can feel good, and when you feel good, you do good. So yes, keep that hair, lashes, and nails done because it's essential. Now, rule number 6 is really the rule of 5. Before you react, ask yourself, is this going to matter in 5 years, 5 months, 5 days, or in 5 minutes? If it doesn't matter in 5 years, let that shit the fuck go. Don't give too much of your energy to anything that's not going to matter long term. Rule number 7, get into your word. And when you get into your word, specifically pray for discernment. Discernment is basically the ability to know which path to go down, which rooms you should be in, who you should and shouldn't be talking to. It's more so like a spiritual guidance. I feel like it is essential when getting closer to God and just growing as a human being, and especially being a female human being. Thank me later. I'd also like to add that getting into your word looks different for everybody. Some people might go to church every Sunday. Some people may not go to church at all, but they do a one-on-one time with God. They do Bible study. They really diving into the Bible and learning what the words mean. No way is wrong, but do what works for you. Just make sure you put as much energy into the Lord as you do with these worldly things. Music, clubbing, niggas. You get me. Rule number 8 is hygiene. Have a good shower routine and stick to it. If you pretty but you funky, you ain't getting far. You need to get in good with that antibacterial. You need to smell good with the body wash. You need to have an exfoliant. You know what I'm saying? The whole routine. Know which motion to do. Smell good, bitch. With this as well, a week before your period, drinks lots of water and lots of teas. That smell will be gone. Thank me later. Rule number 9, do not speak on things with outside energies. I'm going to say it again. Do not speak on things with outside energies. I am somebody who manifests. I practice power of the tongue. Everything I say that I'm going to do, I do it. You know what I'm saying? Everything I speak up upon my life, I bring it to light, but I watch who I say it around. Understand that outside energies can alter your future. The term preying on your downfall is not just a cute saying. That is very much so a real thing. If you tell somebody too much of your business, they definitely could wish bad upon you. So watch who you speak around and watch who you allow to know your business. Like Kendrick Lamar said, sometimes you just got to pop out and show niggas. And last but not least, rule number 10, learn your categories. And what I mean by this is there is different categories between associates, party friends, and real friends. Know the difference. Associates should never be welcomed out your house. Know your boundaries. Party friends should never know what you're doing after the party. Know your boundaries. And your real friends should be treated with respect. Never treat them like an associate. Never treat them like a party friend. Treat them how you would want to be treated. And that's it for my TED Talk. Thank me later, bitches. Love y'all. Bye.
Young, beautiful girl, this is what I want you to do in your 20s. This is what I want you to do in your 20s. In your 20s, I want you to prioritize yourself. I want you to have friends that are outside of your profession. Have friends that work at a bank. Have friends that are pursuing law degrees. Have friends that work in healthcare. Keep your circle different. I want you to never loan a man money. I don't want you to give him money. If he's not your husband, I don't want you giving him a dollar. Every money, every penny that you earn, you keep for yourself. You give it towards your family. I don't want you giving it to a man. I want you to notice those red flags in your partner or in a potential partner, and I want you to validate them. I don't want you to go through them. I don't want you to go through them twice. Validate them. Be okay with moving on. Be okay with being lonely.
But let me tell you something I know that I would like each and every girl to know. No one teaches us what self-love is. No one sits us down and actually tells us that when you love yourself, this and this and this is what it means. So we all have our own perception of self-love, and I'm pretty sure most of us think that self-love is when you take care of yourself, you do your hair, you do your nails, you bath, and you always look good. But that is self-care. Self-love is something that comes from within. When you might think that you love yourself, but actually all you're doing is taking care of your physical body, but you don't really love yourself. I don't blame anyone and I don't judge anyone, because no one really ever teaches us this kind of things, especially if you are in your 20s or in your teen years. This is something that I wish I knew my whole 20s. I'm going to my 30s now, and I feel like if I knew these things, I would have saved myself a lot of things that I wasn't even supposed to go through. I would have saved myself a lot of heartaches. You going to do your hair and taking care of yourself, doing your nails. I see a lot of beautiful girls, up to date, top tier. Hair is done, nails are done, everything is done, but akazithandi girl. You see ukuthi akazithandi because of the sort of relationships she puts herself in. You see ukuthi akazithandi because of the situations that she sees herself in. Someone who loves themselves, truly, truly loves themselves, you won't drink alcohol to the point of not remembering what happened yesterday. You won't do that to yourself because you love yourself. You want to protect yourself. And one thing that I've noticed is that once you start practicing real self-love, you don't put yourself in situations where you might end up being hurt. And you don't say, no, I'm still young, no. You literally understand how valuable you are as a person. In the same way as being in a relationship that is abusive. If you are in a relationship with a guy that hardly calls you, sees you only on weekends, sees you only after 9, situationships, you don't love yourself. I'm sorry. You don't know the real definition of loving yourself. Loving yourself is putting yourself in situations that work for you. No one teaches us these things. That's why I'm saying I don't blame you. No one teaches you. We only know self-love as looking good and being pretty and doing your hair, but that is just self-care. If you are telling yourself that the only thing you need in order to succeed in life is a guy who has money to take care of you and love you, you don't love yourself. If you love yourself, you would know that you have the capabilities of making your own money. You would try. Loving yourself means the love you have for yourself is more than the fear that comes with the world. And the thing is, people in the world can see if you don't love yourself. They can see doubting yourself is the form of self-hate. Like if you doubt yourself, you don't love yourself. Because if you love yourself, you become your number one supporter. You become your number one cheerleader. You tell yourself that, you know what, I can do this. Comparing yourself to other people, comparing yourself to other girls, comparing your success to other people's success is not loving yourself. Talking down on yourself, telling yourself that you hate yourself because when because you are fat, because you don't look like so and so, because when you don't have a big bum, or that is hating yourself. That is not loving yourself. Loving yourself means you love yourself just the way that you are. And even though there are things that you want to improve, those things don't make you hate yourself. Because the opposite of love is hate. If you don't love the way your body looks right now, it means you hate it. Like, it means you hate your body, and that means you hate yourself. The funny thing about weight loss is that once you do start loving yourself, the weight is going to come off naturally, because you are going to take better decisions when it comes to your body. Like when you want to eat something that you know that is not good for you, because you love yourself, you're not gonna eat it. Therefore, the weight will just fall off. You understand? For us, especially Black people, most of us need to understand that we are voluptuous. You are never going to be skinny. And if you start accepting yourself, I literally have not lost any weight. But once I start loving my body, I didn't even see myself as fat as I thought I was. I thought I was fat before. I thought I was huge. I thought I was a round balloon. But now that I start loving myself and I understand that I will never be skinny. Why am I comparing myself with people who in their families they are built like that? Their families have skinny waist and big bums. I come from a family where every woman in my family is voluptuous, and then I'm gonna hate that. I'm gonna hate that. Do you understand how many people had to come before me for me to be here? And I'm gonna hate the body that they gave me because the TV and the magazines and Kim Kardashian told me that this is how I'm supposed to look. I have to hate myself because of what someone else thinks I need to look like. Nah, never.
Something I'm learning in my 20s is to stay out of people's face and keep them out of mine. It's some evil people in this world, and just because your heart is pure, just because you have good intentions, that doesn't mean they have good intention towards you. That doesn't mean they love you. That doesn't mean they're gonna look out for you the way you look out for them. It's honestly scary. And then you have people in your life who will pretend like they do love you, pretend like they do care about you, and be ready to talk about you. Be ready to tell your business. They love to see you down, and nowhere to be found when it's time to clap for you. Keep people out your face and stay out of people's face. I'm telling you right now.
To my girlies in their 30s, time isn't running out. It's not. Feels like it is. If you look at social media, oh my God, you're running out of time. It's not. It's not. Other people will make you feel like you're running out of time because they want everyone to do what they're doing so they feel better about their choices. There's no race, like there's no checkered flag at the end of life where they're like, she did it all. Extra stars for when you're dead. Your 30s, travel. Tell people how you really feel. Don't lie to your therapist. And be okay to not be okay. And be okay with missing out because staying in is more fun.
I've been seeing this trend on the Clock app and I gotta tap in. So here's 3 pieces of advice for 30-year-olds from a 40-year-old. Well, technically 41. 1, choose yourself. Let me tell you something. As girls, we are taught to put everybody and their mama before us, and that becomes a really sick cycle of denying yourself, repressing yourself, and betraying yourself over time. I have a mentor who says, choosing yourself is choosing God. So choose God by choosing yourself. Now, family, church, and society did not make that easy for you, so I understand it's going to take some practical tools and tips to actually get that going. So here's number 2. Heal your codependency. When people hear codependency, they tend to think, oh, it's, you're super clingy or you get attached easily, or no, codependency expresses itself in trying to control others. It expresses itself in trying to rescue others. It expresses itself in you jumping in when people didn't even ask for your help. And next thing you know, you help them, they're in a better position, you're worse off, and they don't even say thank you. So now you resent them for it, but they never asked you for help in the first place. Whose block am I on? And so it's important to understand, 1, what codependency is, and 2, to honor that we have all been conditioned to be codependent, whether it's family, church, society, they're the unholy trinity as far as I'm concerned. The third piece of advice is to decolonize your faith, your religion, your spirituality, your spiritual practices. Chances are, if you grew up in this country, especially if you're Black, you have some encounter with the Christian church. Decolonize your Christianity, babes. The way that colonized Christianity has ransacked women's self-esteem, our sense of self-worth. The fact of the matter is, you are created in the image and likeness of God, and God rejoices over you with singing, and doesn't just rejoice over your servitude parts or your self-denial, but over your pleasure, over your body, all of your body. So yeah, beloved ones, those are my 3 pieces of advice. Above all else, love yourself. So trust me, there's plenty more where that came from. So if you want to hear more tips, more advice from a 41-year-old for 30-somethings, like and follow for more.
Y'all ever seen that tweet that asks women in their 30s what advice they would give to women in their 20s?
Oh, let's do it. Number 1, live by yourself first. I don't care if it's a studio, or upstairs, or downstairs, a room. Get you a place that you decorate the way that you want to decorate it, and you go and come as you please. Numero 2, emotional abuse is just as real and just as traumatizing as physical abuse. Just because someone is not putting their hands on you does not mean they're not abusing you. So if you recognize emotional abuse, leave. Number 3, don't waver on your deal breakers. I learned this from my best friend, and she was like my therapist. The moment you come across a deal breaker with anybody, leave. Set a boundary and leave. Because the deal breaker you settle for will be a thing that you deal with for your entire relationship with that person. So if you got a deal breaker and somebody hit that threshold, or you notice major red flags, leave. Number 4, never settle. Because settle for what? Life is way too short to be settling for mediocre. Number 5, please say this one with me. You deserve to be taken care of. Emotionally, physically, and financially. Dating someone and expecting security does not mean that you are losing your independence. You can still be independent and have a man that takes care of you and provides security. That's what makes him zaddy. Number 6, book that trip. Get that passport. Spend that money. Get you a good group of girlfriends and travel. And do it while you're young and while you got good knees. So you can do a lot of walking, a lot of climbing, zip lining, hiking, exploring. Nobody want to wait until they get all old and tired to travel the world. Spend that money. Book that trip. Number 7, make sure he knows where your clitoris is. If he don't know where your clitorina is, he don't care anything about you, and that's a hill I'm willing to die on. Because knowing where a clitorina is, I feel, is just basic knowledge of liking a woman. Number 8, get you a man that loves women and not a man that loves what women can do for him. Those kind of men are far and few in between, but when you come across one, you know it. Because everything they do is just different. It just feel good. It just feel right. Number 9, don't be afraid to take advice from people that love you. If you trust people and you trust that they love you genuinely and wholeheartedly, and they give you advice about a person that you're dating or a person that you're around, take heed and keep it in your handy dandy notebook and use discernment with that person. Stop thinking that everybody is hating on you and hating on what you got. Number 10, let go of body count. Body count is just the amount of people that you had the sex time with. It literally means nothing. And it literally takes one time to get an STD or STI. So a person that had the sexy time with one person in their life is at risk at getting the same STD or the same STI that a person that had the sexy time with 10 people. Your body count does not matter, and it is no one else's business. Number 11, if you're looking to work a regular job, get a tip-based job. Easiest way to make quick money at a fast pace. And definitely do it while you're young, while you can pop around, you can work a lot of hours and make a lot of money. And then you're able to buy the hair, the nails, the trips, the clothes, and all of the things that you want. Number 12 or 13, get you a good group of girlfriends. Get you a good group of girlfriends that are honest, that are authentic. It could be 2 of y'all or it could be 10 of y'all. Either way, get you a good group of girlfriends and hold your girlfriends down. Because it is literally nothing like sisterhood. And y'all know I'm a girl's girl. Which leads me into number 14. Give your friends the same grace y'all be giving these men. When that man cheat on you and lie to you, and y'all busy sending him long text messages back to back and calling 30 times because he's not answering the phone, extend that same grace to your friends. Because everybody makes mistakes. And sometimes your friends need you too. And if you can forgive that man for cheating, you can forgive your best friend for going out with her other best friend and not telling you. Like, be fucking for real. Number 15, I don't know what number I'm on. Don't let nobody else talk you in or out of dealing with your deal breakers. If you want to take that man back after he cheated, take him back. It's your lesson to learn. Not your mothers, not your sisters, not your aunts, not your friends. If you want to date that man and he don't got no job, date him. At the end of the day, you make your decisions, and all of your decisions are your lessons to learn, not anybody else's. Number 16, this is my favorite. Date more than one man at a time. If you are not exclusive with a person or in a relationship, date more than one man at a time. Find you a man that likes to go to fine restaurants, a man that likes sushi, a man that likes to hike. And I promise you, you will have wonderful dates and wonderful experiences every weekend, especially when you find men that do the things that you like to do. And in the midst of all of it, you might find the love of your life. Number 17, date outside of your race. There are a whole lot of people in this world with a whole lot of different experiences and a whole lot of people you can learn from. Dating outside of your race makes you so well-rounded because you learn so much about other people's cultures just from being in close proximity to that person. And it teaches you to have respect for people, respect for foods, respect for garments, respect for traditions. Girl, go ahead and get you that foreign Polynesian man. I'm still waiting to come across mine. Number 18, do what you like during the sexy time. Life is way too short to be doing what somebody else wants you to do or doing something that you don't like. If you want to guac 3000, handstand, flip, toss it, turn it, bang it, throw it from the back side, and that's what you like to do, do that. And don't be worried about what no man got to think about what you doing. Because at the end of the day, get what you need to get in the situation. Y'all know what I'm trying to say because I'm not trying to get banned on TikTok. But y'all know what I mean. Reach that O and let him good girl you all the way there. Number 19, this is another fave. Don't waste your time thinking that men are dumb. Men are some of the best master manipulators on this earth. And they know exactly what they're doing when they're doing things. So it's no use in being out here looking up his horoscope trying to figure out why he didn't call you today. Girl, he didn't call you because he didn't want to. Because what's the age-old saying? If he wanted to, he would. So it don't matter about overextending yourself because his mom didn't love him, his cat got ran over when he was 6, the rat died in the house, and he didn't have this and that, and grandmom did. Girl, if he wanted to, he would. And last but not least, dress young and trendy and colorful and fun. I see this trend like the old money style trends on TikTok and all of those trends. There is no use in being 20 dressing like you're 40. Because one day you're going to be 40, and when you're 40, you're not going to want to dress like you're 20. So dress like you're 20 while you're 20. Wear those skimpy dresses, those bright colors, those eyelashes, the hair, the nails, the heels. Do all of those things now while you're young and you got the body and them titties are sitting high. Because when you're 40 and 50, and you really got to dress that old money style, you're going to be wishing you could squeeze that ass into that dress off a baby boy. $40. Please, let me know if I should do a part 2 because I got tips for days.
Here's 25 things I've learned in my 20s. Do the hard things first. Save your money. You don't need the latest thing, the hottest trend, the newest bag. It is not that serious. Trust your intuition. It's always right. Get out of bed. Even if you have nothing planned, I promise you will feel a lot better when you actually get up and do something. Ooh, I love this one. There's food at home, okay? I know a lot of the times we feel like we need to eat out, we need a sweet treat. Cut it out, okay? Same thing with saving money. You will lose all your money with food. Your mom is always right. I know growing up, I never really believed my mom. It was always like, girl, what are you talking about? Now it's crazy how so many things just comes to light. Like, my mom was really right about a lot. Life is too short not to go after what you want. You're not asking for the impossible. You're just asking the wrong person. Being an influencer, it's not stupid. Don't be afraid to fail. Not everyone has your best interest at heart. This is a big one that I'm still learning, but it's stop oversharing. A lot of the times we really fumble our blessings because we tell the wrong person, and again, they might not have your best interest at heart. Life is not a race. I promise you'll be okay. So a lot of the times we say, oh, like, when it will be my turn? It will be your turn, okay? Just give it some time. But in the meantime, pour all that energy into yourself and into making yourself the best version of you, okay? Worry about today, not tomorrow. This one still hurts, okay? But someone you knew like 5+ years ago, they just might not be in your life. It's okay to outgrow people. You'll be okay. This is a big one. Learn to love your own company. Wear all your clothes before buying more. Your mental health comes before a job. Eating healthy actually matters. Walk away the first time a man disrespects you. Apply for that job even if you're unqualified. Literally, nobody cares as much as you think. Wear those bold colors, wear that different hairstyle. Step outside the box. Just be your own person and find yourself. I promise nobody cares. People show you who they are the first time. So listen carefully. And last but not least, show gratitude even when everything in your life is falling apart.